Shubor nakaslem jong nongsan Hima.
National President jong ka Npyf uba Nikki Nongklau nigsngi habay kren bat kilat patay kubor ha office traikam jong ka National People's Party ulaong bahakini ki kendiak sngi balalek kalami bun ki jing jandiar na ka daw jong jing lip jong ka boarding hanrei hakum kini ki khep ngiyo i ki jing trai ratba jong menteri rangba ukonrat sangma menteri ketenat boarding James sangma bat CMD jong ka MEECL Arun Kembavi. Warna da bun ki jingkan tho baharu kam na bun ki liang kum na kaliang persya ha assembly ki seng bhalang babun jaj bat ki weidi ki Riew shimet ki ba klem da tip bat wat bnia ya ka daw tulong jong kini ki jingduna rei ki nong trei ba shithem jong ka NPP ki la pen inuksa ba dei lang ba ki jingya kren bat ki jingya pleu jingmut bangilala banwanra ya ki jingbha habaro ki liang nakaliang jong ni onong elam ulakan toru ya ka jingkren jong general secretary kaseng UDP uba Jemino mautho watla uba Jemino mautho ulatip ya ka jingya ki babun habai dei bet ka boarding ka bak sarkar hapo ka jingelam jong menteri ketenat boarding kaya beteng ban penmi kilat ki Lynti ban penbej uba Jemino bolong Riew Saiñpyrthei bala shu ngap jar nakendong hanrai uba ap Khmih Lynti tangkumno banyo Rynsan Pynksan Ïalade hak arp terik ulber hajar arpway ulanudru banslan dak batho dak city shaw menteri rangba kajela konrat sangma bandawa penhiar sukino yo menteri ketenat boarding bat yo CMD MEECL nakaliang jong kini kinong elam kilapan pau bakum unong elam jong kaseng kabay don lang bat kenik sorkar senrop uladei banya kren bat ki MLA bat banwanra syakemit jong ka sorkar MDA banya kren halor kini ki jing bat banya penbej yaki banya ka ba syuthat madan yaki klem dak wanra hakamit banya kren bat ka sorkar
present here today. I'll just read out I'll just read the press release out. At the outset, the NPP-led MDA government has once again toiled to the benefit of the people. The past few days have been hard for all due to power cuts. Yet it is such a difficult scenario. We are really appreciative of the continued commitments of Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Conrad Sangma, Power Minister Mr. James Sangma, the Cabinet Ministers and the CMD of MECL. Despite few uncount elements creating pointless noise without engaging to find constructive solution for bringing relief to the people, the stalwarts of our party have stood as example to show that dialogue and deliberation is ultimately the most democratic way to solve issues. With that being said, this is a good time to talk about the untimely opportunists, especially UDP General Secretary Jemino Mautho. Knowing the difficulties related to electricity that the government was trying to solve, guided by the Power Minister, Mr. Mautho, who has been a silent spectator of politics all this while, suddenly found a good opportunity to gain political mileage. On Monday, March 22nd, he had the audacity to write to the Chief Minister for ousting the Power Minister along with the CMD of MECL. Before we comment on this opportunism, it is beneficial to deconstruct Mr. Mautho's understanding of administration and politics. Oust a people's elected representative, an administrative head does not solve any problem. Rather, it delays solution. No person has a magic wand, using which solution magically arrives with a swoosh. The fact that Mr. James Sangma and the CMD continuously negotiated for resolving the power cuts issue is why NEPCO has consented to withdraw its regulation in the first place. If it was under Mr. Mautho, MCL would have been a headless chicken without a leadership to negotiate with the situation, thereby delaying difficulties furthermore. However, we totally understand the lapse of his understanding. Mr. Mautho has been out of politics for the longest time, and it is becoming irrelevant. His own constituencies voted him out in the 2018 elections, following his misleading motives in politics and his inability to cater to his own people. Defying the mandate of the people that voted him out in the 2018 elections, he decided to take a greater responsibility by standing for the Lok Sabha elections in 2019. Desperation and his hunger for power, perhaps people felt it was a good time for him to take some time off and rethink his political motives of misleading people over and over again. The democratic mandate stood once again as he failed to win an MP seat. All of a sudden, on Monday, Mr. Mathur felt that he should start fishing in troubled waters because the 2023 elections are coming up. Hence, he should hard try once again and become relevant in the eyes of the people of Khmih, whom he misled during his tenure as a legislator. It is our kind suggestion to Mr. Mathur to stop being hypocrite and avoid sounding like a mouthpiece of a dying party like Congress. Power cuts and load shedding during the previous government have been worse, but not for once did he blow his trumpet of resignation then. Even now, when issues surface concerning health, education, social welfare, connectivity, law and order, he keeps silent. It makes us think if he is selective in his approach, or he is just aware of what's happening in the state, part of the reason why his own constituency have lost respect for him. However, talking too much about Mr. Mathur gives him more importance than what he deserves. Perhaps he must learn a little from the legislator of his own party, who have supported the government in its endeavors. They have remained close partners of NPP-led government in solving issues and being answerable to the people. With such mature leadership shown from them in times of crisis, it is sometimes a head-scratcher to figure out how Mr. Mathur fits in such a party. In the democratic system, the government and its institutions serve the people, and the opposition keeps a check. Where does Mr. Mathur fit in this equation? Where will he ever fit in this equation? This will always remain a mystery. Perhaps he can tell us. Having cleared the air on Mr. Mathur, there's no doubt that the NPP-led government is committed to improving the power scenario in the state after numerous measures have been brought in by the Power Minister to improve the MECL. We do not think any criticism is warranted, not at least by opposition Congress members who simply sat through the years in the governance and watched the slow degradation of the organization. We cherish the commitment, leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister and the Power Minister to constantly stay accountable to the people and serve, keeping the bright future of our state in focus. Pi ngimi kajingkran kata kajingkran kanwan nakaling presiden. Nyoko UDP ru kamdan kai kamdan kata kajingkran kani sudah sendat ke siti ke bami nakaling ju ba Mathur sau chief minister. Haba kum ni kani ke isu. Kalau ke isu bakir kidon bentalah ka sarkar. Ndai bikin dan bentar sarkar. Kum kani ke isu kila di benra ka apo antai apo hamid kan joka komiti, joka MDA komiti. Bikin ya keren. Sepang kani. Henry bin supen pau pai bak ni bin suthat pai bak ni kami soya hak ke. Haba bun ke isu pat beli keren sepang kita. Beli keren tang kani ko isu. Beli target take tang kani ko specific department. Kidon ke isu ki berilit what ya ka benong mai kum inu kai. Mana kani ka jing ki ka tu kai keren sepang tu. Beli specifically tang kani ke isu. Kata dia jing kali bangiru ko anbu kani Pak Mathur. The president of UDP, whether he agrees or he stands on that note also, or is it a personal opinion of Mr. Mathur?
That means the NPP doesn't dare to take on the entire UDP.
Why not? But it's just a statement. It's just a statement made by Mr. Mathur.
How do you know?
That's something that Mr. Mathur has signed on that. Nobody else has signed on that. He has signed on a capacity. The UDP, that's why Dr. Mathur, that's the reason why I've specifically specified only Dr. Mathur here. And as I've said time and again, as press you can see clarification of the same from the President of the United Democratic Party. Maybe because you're even not sure about whether this has come from a committee that they have sat across and they have taken up this resolution that, as UDP we should go forward and ask the Chief Minister to take down the Power Minister. But this thing is being signed by Mr. Jemino. That's why I've gone just on him.
So what I am made to understand is the NPP rejects the the letter given by
Yes, we do.
by Dr. Mauha,
Yes, we do.
and defending the UDP that it has not come from the UDP but only from Dr. Mauha.
Yes, that is it. We stated here that it is them, it is the Power Minister and the CMD who have continuously gone on a negotiating spree. So that as of today, I think from 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the power cut has been removed.
But how can we be assured there will be no more load shedding, no more power cuts, because government is yet to clear all the pending dues?
Yes.
75 crores.
Yeah. See, power cuts, these are nitty-gritties of the department that will be given to you by the department. The answers will be given by the department.
Now, since the UDP is a partner of the NDA government, is there any initiative taken by the NPP to solve this problem within the inside, like not bringing out all this thing, pointing out about Mr. Mauha,
Exactly. This is the same thing that also events.
And UDP is a media, it's a partner of NDA.
Exactly. So this is the same thing that happened with Mr. Ernest Mauri also last time. This is the same thing that happened. This is the same thing.
Is there any initiative taken
of
by
course,
the
that's
NPP,
what we request, Mr. Mauha. If such things occur, why not consult with your own legislator and take this up on the table of the MDA committee? Why take it out on public?
No, he
Has NPP reached UDP and sought any sort of claim?
Yes, I think
They should come out. We don't support.
that's up to them. It's the same thing that's happened with the BJP. You see, there might be some internal issues which I don't know.
No, but NPP, every time the BJP raised the question of corruption, they said, oh, we are happy, we are going to work out with government. Are you saying the same to the UDP?
So that's a call that will be taken by let the elders of the party or the high command of the party take that call.
We are not getting satisfactory reply. I'm telling
That's all. This is the press conference.
UDP leader has written a letter.
So as a National Youth Working President of the NPP, I'm also giving this statement.
To the why Jemino? Then again we
Yes.
come to the thing. Why Jemino? Why not UDP?
So that's what. This is a statement that I'm giving on behalf of the party from the youth's end. So anything, a call that is to be taken will be taken by the High Command. The nitty-gritties of the power department, you will get it from the power department. The reply, you will get that from the power department. I stand here as a party person.
As a youth leader, I mean, what is your stand on such issues?
No, such issues should not happen, should not take place, of course. We do not agree and we do not think to such issues also. That's our stand on this.
So, keeping the party politics aside, has the team come to a resolution, and if it has, is it...
That's not just affected you, it has affected everybody, even me also it has affected. But then that's what I said, they are in, this is something, that is not just happening today, okay? These kind of power cuts have been happening in the past also. In fact, regulations were imposed in June 2012 to 2013 for 9 months. In that period, in January 2014 to 15 for 21 months, in July 2012 to January 2013 for 7 months, then again we have from April 2013 to 2014 for 14 months, we have again from November 2013 to 2014 for 7 months, and April 2016 to 2016 for 9 months. Okay, this is something, it's not like it's just happening today. Power cuts are not things that are just happening today in the state of Meghalaya. This has been going on. Yes, of course, we are trying our best. I mean, the Power Minister is trying his best with his team to resolve this issue. Either it will be the Power Minister himself or the Chief Minister.
But would you agree that there is something wrong with the MDA government? First we have BJP, it's your partner. Now UDP, it's your partner. Is there something wrong with the...
You see, again, when we come back to that, when we saw it was, when it comes to BJP, like you said, it was an individual opinion. That was clearly stated by the legislators of the BJP and the people of the BJP. It was an individual opinion. So maybe this is something the same that's repeating here.